You were all rude. Do you know, I don't understand. You give me the job of managing the place, then make it impossible for me to do it.
That's no reason to go running off to Leicester.
I want to be near Jim.
Well, how often will you get to see him? Once or twice, every few weeks.
Tell you what, we'll pay your expenses. Train fare to Leicester and back every time you go down to see him.
He'll be banged up in a cell all day. What difference does it make to him where you are?
But it makes a difference to me. No, I'm sorry. I've made up my mind. I've resigned and I'm going.
You're really dropping us in here, you know.
You'll cope.
Morning.
Morning, love.
You lot planning to do out today, then?
Not unless management sees reason, no.
Right. That's that, then.
You got there?
Oh, I rang round some estate agents, asked them to send some details. I must say they're pretty quick off the mark.
Well, so are you. Don't you think we need to talk about this first?
I thought we had talked about it.
Not properly.
Oh, come on, Sally. Somebody's got to get the ball rolling.
Just don't go out and get a house. You need to talk about the money and sort out mortgages.
I know. I'm going to pop into town here, get all the bump.
We haven't even discussed how much we can afford yet.
How are we going to do that unless we know how much a mortgage is going to cost us? I just think if we're going to move, we should get on with it.
Guess what? Liz McDonald's chucked a job in.
No. Because of them lot?
Suppose so.
Well, I'm surprised she took it out as long as she did.
Well, what are we going to do now, then?
Well, Gina, don't you see? We've got them on the run now. Now, if we stick to our guns, they are bound to crack.
You can freeze your socks off for as long as you like outside that pub. You'll never beat the bosses.
She's right about one thing, you know. You know, it's not the sort of weather to have all these shenanigans.
What is the matter with you lot? Look, we can't give up now. They've just lost the manager. They've got their backs to the wall.
Yeah, but they'll just run the place themselves.
Yeah, and a right mess they'll make of it if Bevore's out to go by.
You'll get yourself blacklisted. My brother-in-law was a miner. He hasn't had a proper job since 1984.
Well, I'd rather be blacklisted than be a scam.
It's easy to say that when you're young.
Look, we are not taking on the government here. It's a couple of dodgy businessmen and a butcher. Just one more day on the picket line and girls. But we've got naught to lose and everything to gain.
She won't say that if she had my chilblains.
Oh, come on, then.
Oh, do you know, I need my brains testing.
Nice one, Betty.
Oh, come on.
What?
Toya, you won't forget about this afternoon, will you, Toya?
I blame the internet.
Pardon?
It's where they get all the daft ideas nowadays.
Who's looking after the pub, then?
Fred's opened up.
Fred?
Yeah, not that there's any customers. You have to run the gauntlet of the wicked witches of the West just to get through the door.
What are we going to do now?
Find another manager, I suppose.
I invested in that pub to make money, not lose it hand over fist.
You're going to have to get someone you can absolutely rely on, you know.
I thought Liz McDonald was reliable.
They also need personality, Mike. Good organisational skills and a winning smile.
Where are we going to find all that? The lot we interviewed were a rum bunch.
Oh, that's for sure.
Well, since you're desperate, I'll do it.
You?
Yeah, it could be a laugh.
Oh, you want to run the Rovers?
Don't make it sound so attractive, Dougie. I might change my mind.
But you got a job here.
I can easy do both for time being, till you get properly organised. You'll not get a better offer.
That's true, I suppose.
All right, sweetheart. It's up to you.
I'm surprised you knew where those were.
Oh, come on, I'm not that bad.
What time are you expecting her?
I don't know exactly. It's a long drive down from Scotland.
You know, she's not going to be looking at every nook and cranny, you know, Ken. She has come to see you.
I know. Well, it just, I don't know, gives me something to do, I suppose.
Are you nervous?
Well, it's a lot of years, Deirdre.
She's still your daughter.
I always meant to go up there and see her, but...
Come on, love. I mean, she didn't exactly encourage you, did she?
No, but she was busy with her job and her life. I'm the one who should have made the effort.
Well, that's what happens with families. Everybody gets caught up in their own concerns and they finish up doing phone calls and cards at Christmas.
I must say, having Peter around again, it set me thinking about a lot of things. Yep, all right, sorry, I know, it's not been plain sailing exactly.
You can say that again.
But I blame myself for that as well. I just let the years slip by, for him as well as Susan.
It's not too late.
I hope you're right.
Bet you a lot of freezing stood out here.
Sometimes you have to suffer for your principles.
I don't believe in suffering for out me, not unless I have to.
Well, you're not going to cross the picket line, are you?
Well, that depends, Gina.
On what?
I agree with you about the outfits.
Look, they know naught about running a pub. We should leave it to them as does.
OK, how does this sound? You can wear what you like, and I'll give you a 10% pay rise.
We asked for 20.
Well, I'm offering 10, plus a 50 quid bonus each if you're back behind that bar today.
You kidding? Well, that's great. How do you talk Mike into that?
It's a trick. That's why they've sent her. She's just trying to be clever.
Look, you're the brain box goes to college lady. I'm just trying to find a reasonable compromise here.
10%'s now. It's an insult.
Well, I think it's reasonable.
Well, I don't. 20 or we're not budging.
Anyway, what about the other issues, like them three meddling behind the bar all the time?
Consider it sorted.
Yeah, how?
Oh, sorry, did I not say? I'm going to be running the Rovers myself for time being. So, do we have a deal?
Yeah, I reckon we do.
Oh, go on. I'm sick of standing out here in the cold.
Looks like you're outvoted, Toya.
Hello, Rita.
Hello.
I just popped in to say I'd booked a table at the new little Greek restaurant in town for tonight. Shall I pick you up about 7:15?
It's a bit early, isn't it?
Well, I just wanted to get home early, you know, Amanda, she worries.
So you're going home after then?
Well, I think so, yes. Well, I didn't want to upset her.
Oh, we wouldn't want that, would we?
Well, I don't want to upset you either.
Oh, for goodness sake. Amanda's a grown woman, and you're her father. Why should it matter to her if you stay out all night?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Oh, just forget it. Cancel the restaurant.
No, I don't want to do that.
And I don't want to dance to Amanda's tune.
Well, I was beginning to think you'd forgotten.
Forgot what?
Well, this afternoon, Hayley and me, we've got our assessment with the social worker you said you'd cover.
Oh, right, yeah. No problem. Strike's over any mode.
Ah, good. We're hoping to get some news of Wayne soon.
Yeah, right.
And he's off sorting out mortgages now. I thought a fresh start was what you both wanted. Well, we're settled, Gail. The girls are happy at school and Kevin's round the corner. Well, the girls need him. Yeah, well, your friends need you too. I'd really miss you if you went. I'd miss you and all. Well, if you really don't want to move, you should tell Danny before he gets carried away. Yeah, I know. The problem is how. He's dead set on it. Persuade him.
Good journey?
Not really. Thought I'd put this place behind me once and for all.
Dad's really looking forward to seeing you.
Don't try and guilt-trip me, Peter. I'm only here because you couldn't keep your mouth shut.
Hey, come on, don't be like that.
What do you expect me to be like? If I hadn't come down now, he'd have come up to Scotland.
Don't you think maybe it's time you told him the truth?
No.
Susan,
I
look.
don't want him or anyone else finding out. No way. That's why I'm here.
Come here. You look very well.
So do you, Dad.
Right, let's get you inside and get the kettle on.
It beats me how you got him back to work so quick. We tried everything, didn't we?
Except taking him seriously.
As soon as you let the workers start dictating to you, you are on the slope of financial ruin.
Don't worry, you won't be out of pocket.
I'm counting on it, sweetheart. Put another one in there, will you?
No. You were due back at that factory half an hour ago. You have got a business to run, you know.
Let's put you in your place.
Yes, and let me remind you of your place, Dougie. That side of the bar. You don't come round this side unless invited, OK?
Well, she's doing what she said she would.
Yeah. How long is it going to last, though?
Well, I have to say, I think that went very well.
I used to really dread these sessions, but I think I'm getting hang of them now.
Well, it's not our purpose to intimidate.
Oh, no, I know. But having to ask yourself all them questions about what your attitudes are and that can be quite nerve-wracking.
I found it quite useful, actually. I didn't realise that I had attitudes. It makes you look at all sorts of things, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, actually, we've been doing some thinking ourselves about young Wayne.
Yeah, I don't care what anybody says. Putting him back in that children's home, it weren't right for him.
Well, if it's any consolation to you, Roy, we agree. You handled a difficult situation with some skill, and we realised that taking him back there was particularly detrimental in his case.
Well, I think I know something about some of the things that Wayne has gone through.
Well, that's very apparent. And you're right. The best place for him is with a family.
Well, we'd love to have him, you know that.
I know. And no one doubts your empathy, but it takes an awful lot of experience to succeed with a lad like Wayne. And we've been fortunate enough to find a couple with many years' experience as foster carers to take him on. I'm sorry.
You must be famished. All that driving. I don't know why you didn't make your proper lunch.
I'm fine. I stopped a couple of times anyway.
No, Blanche is right. I would have done you some lunch, but didn't know what time to expect you.
Don't worry, Dad. The cake's lovely.
If you ask me, it's a bit dry.
So, has it changed much?
Not really, no.
Personally, I don't know why you haven't been back before.
She'd be busy, Blanche. A life to lead, a job to do. Time passes before you know it.
Deirdre used to say that. She'd neglected me terribly for years, you know.
Oh, you do exaggerate.
Why don't me and you go and have a drink, Blanche?
What now? On top of tea and cake?
That's a great idea.
You're as bad as Deirdre. If you want to be shot of us, why not just say, I can't stand all this pussyfooting around. You're buying, I take it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear old Blanche. She doesn't change.
Nor do you, Dad.
No, I don't suppose I do. So, are you going to tell me what's wrong, then?
Nothing's wrong. I don't know what nonsense Peter's been talking. Everything's fine.
I know you're probably disappointed.
No, we weren't really expecting to.
I'm sure someone with the proper experience is just what Wayne needs.
Well, I spoke to his new foster family this morning, and he does seem to be settling in quite well.
Well, that is the main thing.
There are lots of other kids out there, you know, and we're desperate for foster carers at the moment.
Like buses, eh? There'll be another one along in a minute.
Yeah. Listen, I've got to go, but I'll be in touch.
Bye. Roy.
Oh, I'm all right, eh? As long as they look after him properly, that's the main thing.
She talks to me, Dan.
Yeah, hey, I hope you've wiped your feet. I've just hoovered. We're never going to rent this place, the state it's in.
So what did he say? You try and sort you out of it?
I bet, yeah.
Well, I think you're mad. Who do you know in Leicester? What are you going to do when you get there?
Get a job and be near your dad.
Well, I knew he'd be against it.
No, he's not against it. Not once I explained how I felt.
Well, I wish you'd explain it to me, because I think you're daft. What if they move him again? And they can do that at the drop of a hat, you know.
All right, well, then I'll move again. I know it doesn't make any sense to you, but at least if we're in the same town, I feel as though we're together in some way.
Well, I still think you're being daft.
Listen, will you run me to the station on Friday?
Yeah, of course I will.
Steve, I came here to help you and your dad, right? Well, you're okay now. You're back on your feet, but Your dad needs me more than ever. And whatever he wants me to do, I'll do.
Family. That's the most important thing, you know.
Now, come on, steady on, Blanche.
If I hadn't seen our Deirdre for that many years.
I think it's disgusting, that. Old folk getting legless.
Are you planning on taking the pledge when you reach 60, then?
I shall age with dignity.
That will be worth waiting for.
Told you she'd pull it off.
All credit to her. She had them when she was back to work in the twinkling of an eye. It's a pity about them outfits, though. Hey, they look grand.
Small price to pay for it.
Hello. I have been to 3 different mortgage places. Make sure we can get the best deal. Got loads of stuff to read. But someone was saying maybe we should go through a mortgage broker. I'm not sure. What do you think?
Don't you think we need to talk about this properly before you go and do out?
Well, that's exactly what we are doing. That's why I've got all this stuff.
Danny, it's a big financial commitment taking on a mortgage.
It doesn't have to be that big. We'll have the money from the sale of the house. We might only have to raise 50%.
From my house, you mean?
Well, how many houses we got to sell?
We? It's my house. Don't you think we should discuss this properly before you go off and start to try and sell me house?
Accountancy's a pretty cutthroat business nowadays. Once you build up your client base, you make very sure you hang on to it.
Your firm must be pleased with you, though. They're planning to make you a partner.
Oh, believe me, Dad, I've worked for it.
I'm sure you have. Oh, we both seem to have been busy at the wrong times, don't we? Me when you were young and you now.
Well, we were never a family to live in each other's pockets.
You seem to have stayed close to Peter, though.
In some ways.
Well, we've caught up with a lot this afternoon, but I still have the feeling there's something you're not telling me.
Like what?
When you were a little girl and you had something to hide, you always had this look. You're not a natural liar, Susan. Look, I don't know what it is, but you don't have to protect me or my feelings, you know.
I'm not.
So what, then? You think I might judge you?
Oh, Dad, it's just not that simple.
Look, I know I haven't been the best father in the world, but you can trust me.
Can I?
Hello. Hi. Hello, love. Oh, you're looking well.
Oh, Rita. Can I get you another drink?
Oh, thank you.
Vodka and tonic and a whiskey, thanks. You were right.
Was I now?
I know that you think that Amanda has her own agenda. You were right.
Look, I don't want to come between you and your daughter.
Amanda was never that close to her mother. I mean, Isabel and Gregory, that was different. But Amanda, she's so like her mother, and they're always disagreeing.
I think you're letting her bully you.
Perhaps because she feels guilty about her mother.
Is that why you're letting her do it? Because you feel guilty too?
Look, why don't we go out to dinner tonight and well, perhaps I could stay over if...
Look, I don't want to fall out with you over this. Or anything else either.
No, you are right. You are the one that matters.
Of course it's your house. I know that, but we're getting married, Sal.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean to say I've got to give everything up because you're going to be my husband.
No, but I assume we'd share. And I can see it's a bit one-sided, but...
Got the girls to think of and their future.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about. A new home, a new start for all of us.
They're happy around here. They've got their friends.
And the dad, living 5 minutes away, popping in, popping out. Every time I turn round, Sal, he's in my face. I just want our marriage to work, and I want something better for us. Is that so unreasonable?
They don't look too chipper.
Oh, poor Sal. I reckon she's had more than enough grief from the fellas in her life.
Oh, who hasn't? Here's to fellas. Can't live with them, can't live without them.
Ladies and gentlemen, could I have a little bit of hush, please? Ah, thank you.
What's he up to?
Now, there's been a little bit of disruption since I and my colleagues took over the Rovers. However, matters have been resolved, and we have appointed a new bar manager.
What happened to Liz?
My lovely wife, Linda.
Well, that's a surprise, isn't it?
Linda, what does she know about running a pub? Now there's a fix if ever there was one. So.
So, are you going to tell us what's going on?
I could kill that brother of mine. Still, when I left Mike, it was a difficult time. I didn't know what to say to you. I didn't want to hear you say, I told you so.
Look, the last thing in the world I wanted was for you to marry Mike Baldwin, but it was no satisfaction to me to see you that unhappy.
I know.
I should have supported you more, especially when you decided not to have the baby. I know that now, and I'm sorry.
Dad, I didn't have an abortion.
What do you mean?
I went ahead with the pregnancy. That's why I went to Scotland. I didn't want Mike to know.
You're saying you had a baby?
Yeah. I had a baby. He's not a baby anymore, though. He's 12 years old. His name's Adam.